Welcome to Top 10 Tuesday.
All around the world, every city, every place. Always been a restless girl, but now there's a wind of change. I've never ever felt this way. Longing for you, pick up the phone. Catching a flight, I'm coming home. Back to the place I've always known. Home.
So, new series going on here. Mr. Mouse Diva decides, you know, I want to do some top 10 list. And I'm like, all right, let's do that and make it a Tuesday thing.
Because 10 and Tuesday
Go together.
have the same number of syllables.
Alright, so, and this was up to, he wanted to do top 10 resorts, our top 10, but individualized. Like,
Yeah.
he picked his, I picked mine, we don't know what they're gonna be. And our resorts are different because I've stayed at 14 in adulthood, because he stayed in contemporary as a kid, that doesn't count in this situation, and he has stayed in 12, we think. But it's kind of irrelevant because, like, we're only doing the top 10. And this was really hard for me. Like, I knew what my number 14 would be, but that's irrelevant in this. And I knew my number 1. And then I had problems. Like, he did his like that. He
Boom.
made his list.
It was easy. It was just
Not
like
to me.
I like said it. Earlier I was thinking of things about the parks, and you know, at dinner tonight we just started talking about doing this and doing it as resorts. And hello, is your
just-
hair okay?
Well, I don't know. When I edit, I always find out that my hair wasn't good.
I don't find these things out ever. So
He doesn't edit. I edit.
yeah.
So the
But
reason,
yeah, I just thought of, you know, like we could do resorts, and it's like boom, 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 I was done.
and see, I was factoring in too much, in a way,
He
because
was making up rules that didn't need to be part of this, because it's just,
he did slip and say one thing in the car, and so you're gonna find out at some point where it's like, okay, no, you can't do that. But because he said this was resorts. But I was factoring in, like, I wasn't factoring in money. Oh, you slipped up and said that too, that you had changed one, you dropped one because of the price. And I had said, well, I didn't put that into consideration. I just put, like, where would I want to stay? Like, but then again, price matters, because there's be where would I want to stay, but I'm always going to choose because of the price. What can I get a discount on?
This is delightfully subjective.
Yes.
As it goes, and whether your subjectivity belongs with restaurants, bus stops, proximity,
Price.
price.
But this is just our opinions. So I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Because it's my channel.
And I can tell her why she's wrong.
Alright, so number 10, art of animation for me. And I had a problem. I was like, I couldn't decide pop of art of animation, because they're both like right there together. And I mean, they're both value resorts, so there's only one bus stop. But all in all, art of animation, I just like the, even though I've only stayed in the Little Mermaid section, of course I've toured the whole thing, and I just think their larger than life Cars section, the Lion King section, they're just, I mean, even though Pop has larger than life figures too, art of animation just jumps out. It's more immersive, that's the word, because instead of just having one statue here or there, it's an entire little themed area, and I like their quick service better.
You know,
Art of animation is 10.
And I'll preface my whole list by saying that there's not a resort on my list that I wouldn't want to stay at again under the right set of circumstances. My number 10 is the Grand Destino. And the reason that is number 10, it's a nice hotel, nice rooms, it's new, and it feels like you're at a really nice convention. It does not scream Disney.
You're doing this wrong. Grand Destino is not a resort. That is part of Coronado Springs. So Coronado Springs is number 10.
Grand Destino is my number 10.
No, then Coronado Springs is your number 10. Grand Destino is part of Coronado Springs. Y'all comment below.
Totally different flavor.
But it's the same resort. Like, you have to go to Coronado Springs to book Grand Destino Tower because it is a type of room at Coronado Springs.
If you called up, would you like, and you wanted to stay at the Grand Destino Tower, and they said, "Oh,
Thank you for proving my point."
Is something else? Would you stay?
Yeah, if that was the good deal, because the Grand Destino is going to be a lot more expensive than the regular
she's all about
Coronado
good
Springs.
deals. I go places I actually like to stay.
Okay, so there's your number 10. Okay, his number 10 is Coronado Springs. Number 9. My number 9. Where's my number 9? Oh, Caribbean Beach Resort. I love what they've kind of redone, like Sebastian's, Bistro. Sebastian's.
Bistro. Yeah.
Bistro.
Yeah,
Love that. I love their
I
pool.
comes before the everything else.
I love their pool, but every time I have stayed, well, except once, has been in the pirate room. And the bus situation in that section is so bad. And I've had so many bad experiences with the whole bus situation. And I know you're going, well, just drive. We don't like to really drive to the parks when we're there because we're on vacation. So we want to just get there, park, and then be on vacation, not have to worry about driving. So we want to be able to take the bus. And even late at night, we would rather like stand in a crowded bus than actually have to ride the tram to get the car and then drive to the resort. We'd actually just rather, you know, be in somebody's armpit than do that.
That was sweet.
Hey, I'm blunt and honest.
Well, my number 9
Uh-huh.
is the Caribbean Beach Resort.
Okay, same page.
And what she said.
Yeah, it just...
Nothing else to add.
Yeah, nothing else.
What's your
And
eight?
Even with the Skyliner now, I would still keep Caribbean Beach at number 9. All right, number 8 is, oh boy, people are gonna yell at me for this one. This is a dream resort for a lot of people. But my number 8 is Animal Kingdom Lodge. And that is because it is out in the middle, no, it's really far out. So whether you're driving or taking a bus, it takes forever to get to Magic Kingdom. And since there's Kidani Village and Jumbo House, things are kind of split up. Like if you're at Kidani Village and you want quick service, you have to go to Jumbo House. So you either have this extremely long walk or you have to take their like inner resort bus. And that's really an inconvenience. And if you're not staying in a Savannah View room, there's just not enough to do there. It's my number 8. I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all are hating on me right now.
Well, my number 8 is Coronado Springs Resort.
That was your number 10.
No, this is totally different. Different feel. I would stay in this before I would stay in that. The rooms are pretty plain, but I like the little villagey type areas there. I think they have some nice feel to them. The pool is really cool, and I guess it's the same pool for both, but it feels more like it belongs to the original part of Coronado Springs. So that's my number 8.
It's number 10. Okay, number 7. 7 is Saratoga Springs, and I don't like, the reason it's kind of low is I don't like the bus situation just because it is a really big resort. It is really spread out. So lots, depending on where you stay, you're gonna have to really have a long walk or take the inner resort bus to get to their quick service or their gift shop. But what bumps it up just a little bit is that you can walk to Disney Springs. And they're nice rooms. It doesn't scream Disney, but yep, Saratoga Springs, number 7. What's your 7?
Sorry, I had to look that one up. Port Orleans Riverside. And just there are some of these hotels that we haven't both stayed at, so there may be some stuff on her list that doesn't show up on mine just because it can't. But Riverside is a neat resort. I like it. It's nice to walk around. It's got a good feel to it. I enjoyed Bob playing the piano in there. He's cool. I enjoyed the boat access to Disney Springs. The 4 bus stops are a pain, and that kind of holds it down on the list. And the quick service restaurant is meh.
My 6 is Riverside. So, kind of the same situation. Although I really do like the mansion plantation section. That's the only section we've stayed in. I really like the look and feel to that. I love seeing the horses, the carriage rides come through. That's nice. Bob is great. And it's an easy walk to French Quarter, a nice, really nice walk to French Quarter. And other than the fact that some of the other resorts I just like better is the only reason it's number 6.
Oh yeah, we're squarely into places we love to stay again at this point.
Yeah. Okay, so you're 6.
My number 6 is Beach Club, and that's got great access to the boardwalk, shops, restaurants, walking to the International Gateway at Epcot, which I love. I guess you can even get to Who's a What's It, Hollywood Studios from there pretty easily. You know.
Who's a What's It?
And but yeah, cool place. We stayed club level, which was nice.
We've only stayed there one night, by the way. Club level one night.
No.
Beach Club.
No. Well, a couple of nights, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry, 2 nights. Yes, 2 nights at Beach Club. That's fine.
Yeah.
2 nights.
Okay.
Okay, so my number 5 is Beach Club. Like, we're kind of like on the same page here.
This is good.
So Beach Club.
This helps.
Yeah, is only up there with me because of being able to walk to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. There's not a lot there. Like, if somebody said, pick a deluxe resort to stay at, Beach Club is not going to be at the top of that list just because there's nothing, there's like, the quick service just like is not existent. Like, there's a little counter to go to, but there's no even tables in there. It's in their gift shop. Yeah, it's crummy. And there's nothing really to do at the Beach Club. So, it was a nice stay. The room was fine. And club level was great. But it's just kind of like, okay, yeah. I'll take it over Riverside.
5 for me would be the Polynesian. Now, there is something with true Disney feel. We stayed one night. We stayed club level. And I guess partly it's club level here, but the reason it's not a little bit higher on my list is that just kind of bang for the buck, it was not a cheap stay there.
Oh, that was the one that you said fell because of the price.
Yeah, and not, maybe 1 or 2 slots, that's it. But, it's got a great atmosphere. I'd love, if I ever got to Trader Sam's, I think I'd like it. But you got the Ohanas, you got the Luau shows, you got all that. It's the Polynesian. My gosh. And it's on the monorail. Oh.
So, where are we? Oh, so number 4, Polynesian. Mine is just like a 1 up on yours.
Yeah.
It seems like. So, Polynesian is only number 4 for me because I just wasn't a really big fan on their rooms. And, their doors were really loud, and there was a funky smell in the shower, and the Poly is kind of dated, but it is the Poly, so it is awesome. The location's awesome. There's a lot to do there. The theming is great, but it was just the rooms that kind of brought it down for me. So what's your 4?
It's a good question. Oh, yes. Okay. So much for us being totally in tune with each other here. My number 4 is Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh, yeah. Mine was down there and yours is up here.
Yeah. Now, there are reasons to go there, and you know, being able to make myself, I'm an early riser, she not so much. So I like making myself a cup of coffee, running out on the patio in the morning, and watching the giraffes eat breakfast. And boy, that's an experience you just can't get elsewhere. Now, I would not want to stay there if I did not have a Savannah View room, but with the Savannah View, it's awesome. Now, it can be, and the last time we were there was a long walk back to the lobby and to the bus stops. And
no, one bus stop.
Well, there's actually more than
there's
one.
2 bus stops, but one's John Bow House and one's Kidani Village.
Yeah,
so.
But yeah, it's lots great restaurants there.
I'm just saying, I'm like proving my point because you didn't say I like Kidani Village. And so you said Animal Kingdom Lodge, which includes John Bow House and Kidani Village, where Coronado Springs includes Grand Destino.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still on this, people. Y'all got to comment. Tell them like it is.
Yeah, tell me that like the Grand Destino is no different from the rest of Coronado.
But you're doing resorts. It's resort. You didn't say parts of resorts. Okay.
All I'm
so
saying
number
is
3.
she made more rules than were necessary.
Talking about Coronado Springs, number 3 is Coronado Springs for me. I love Coronado Springs. Yes, the Grand Destino Tower is awesome, but I like the original part too. So you might notice a little something different. The camera had stopped recording, so I had to go check everything. So unfortunately, I don't even know what I said other than I liked.
3.
Yeah, I liked everything about Coronado Springs. I just really like the theming, and I've just not had a bad experience there. I like the rooms. So what's your 3?
I didn't have a bad experience there. There's
other resorts you like
7
better.
other resorts ahead of it.
Okay.
My number 3.
You know what I just realized? So our number 2 and 1 is like going to be alike. It might not be the like, but okay. Number 3, go ahead.
My number 3 is French Quarter at Port Orleans. That is just an awesome atmosphere for the entire resort there, and the rooms are cool. It's a great me and you resort. And why are you looking at?
Because I'm trying to figure out what your 1 and 2 is. Okay, go ahead.
And I like their quick service restaurant. It's usually never too busy. They got a quaint small bar area in there, and if you want a different one, you can just walk right up the sidewalk to Riverside easily. Again, the boat access to Disney Springs, singular bus stop, all very close to where you are. It's got a really nice pool area there, but somehow I've never been in the darn thing, but it looks really nice. But yeah, that's my number 3.
Number 2, French Quarter. Love French Quarter. Like, I have nothing bad to say about French Quarter. I love that it only has one, like I said, one bus stop. It is the smallest Disney resort. And so no matter where you stay, like, there's no reason to pay for a preferred room. I'm just giving y'all that little tidbit because every room is a preferred room. Like, it is so close to the main building, which the bus stop, the quick service, just, yeah. The only negative is a lot of times there's not a discounts on French Quarter. We would stay more at French Quarter if they offered more discounts.
It doesn't detract from me because it's a moderate. It's still to me very reasonably priced for what you get.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it can get kind of a little pricey, I guess. And the only other negative about it is it doesn't have my citrus white tea. All right, your number 2.
My number 2. I'm gonna switch 1 and 2 right now just to mess with you a little bit here. But not my number 2, which you'll complain about, is the Contemporary Hotel.
You can't see. That's what y'all saw. I was looking at my list and I was all confused.
I've stayed there twice.
Not as an adult.
She's the one who made that rule up. I didn't. These are favorite resorts. There is nothing more Disney experience to me than the Contemporary Hotel. You got the monorail running through it. It's like the, one of the first two that were open out there.
The Poly down because of the price, and the Contemporary is like the most expensive out of all of them you just said.
Yeah, I'd pay it though. In a heartbeat.
Okay, if you would pay it, why haven't we stayed there?
Because she won't let me book it because it's too expensive and it would freak her out. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
So...
No, answer the question.
Yeah, because I'd be like, do you know how much we could stay so much longer if we stayed at All-Star Movies? We could stay twice as many nights.
Well, when I do my 1 week solo trip, I'm going to stay at the Contemporary.
Oh, no, you're not. We've got kids to get through college. Okay.
But I think it's great.
We're down to my number one, which I know is now his number one. And my number...
I didn't want her thinking about...
So let's just say it at the same time.
I didn't want her to think about it anymore because it would like...
Well, they saw me looking at my list. I'm like, what's left? You're 1 and 2. There's nothing else left. But you threw in the Contemporary, which shouldn't be on there.
According to her set of rules.
My channel.
My idea.
Oh, speaking of channels, if you like this whole top 10 thing, we think we're going to do this on our family channel too, Life's a Whirlwind, but we're going to switch it up. It's not going to be Disney related stuff. It's just going to be any type of top 10. And it's not just going to be me and him. We're going to like switch it up. Him and a kid, me and a kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, whatever. We're just going to, keep an eye out.
All right. We're going to say it at
the same time. Our number 1 top Disney World Resort.
3, 2, 1.
Wilderness
All-Star Music.
Lodge. He's so silly.
Yeah, it's Wilderness Lodge.
So Wilderness Lodge is actually our home resort. We are DVC members. And
that's not necessarily why.
Well, it's not why, but we are now like so glad.
Oh, we're converts. Holy cow.
We're so glad that is our home resort. Like we both knew this would be awesome to stay at. This is great. It just so happened that when we were ready to buy DVC, that's what was available.
We were originally, we originally thought about it back in Polynesian era.
Yes, so glad
and
we didn't.
And we were both kind of like regretful at the time that we didn't do it. And we're not anymore.
No, I mean the stars aligned, people. Pixie Dust was like, we were really bummed that at that point we could not buy Poly.
So,
but it worked out. We love the Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah, but bus service so quick to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, the bus. You mean ferry?
Well, the bus, yeah.
The boat.
But the boat to the Magic Kingdom is just
quick. Also,
so awesome to be able to do that. And
love the atmosphere.
Different littler boat over to the Contemporary. Pick up the monorail to go over to the Polynesian for food or something. But just great atmosphere, nice pool.
Love their gift shop.
The waterfront restaurant and bar area. The geysers kind of, cool. Touristy, but fun nonetheless.
Yeah, they're just... We like the rooms. Now, granted, they are more
short walk to the bus stop.
Yeah, and we're Copper Creek. So Wilderness Lodge has 2 sections: Copper Creek and Boulder Ridge, and ours is Copper Creek. So we're like always on kind of one side. We've never stayed at the Boulder Ridge side. But yeah, we just, we really are so happy.
The lobby is so big and cool, and I'll grab a cup of coffee and go out and sit in the lobby in the morning.
The fireplace, the night we sat, there was like nobody in there. It was
big
so late at night.
Fireplace up, they got some like balconies that you can sit at in there. There's even a fireplace up on like the 3rd level right over the entrance. Yep. And there's just lots of good stuff there. So yep, there you go.
When I was doing this list, I knew my number 1 and my number 2 right away, and I knew like my last one, my number 14. And it's like, well, maybe I should do like our least favorite, our top least 5. Does that make sense? Our least favorite Disney resort.
We've already nudged part of that list because we don't have, I've got what, 2 more?
Yeah, I have. Well, there's 4 that didn't make it on because...
Which ones didn't make it on the list for you?
Okay, so pop, sports, music, and movies, and which the two that didn't make it on yours would be movies and pop.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure which of those I've stayed at. But
yeah. He hasn't stayed at music, and he hasn't. I mean, he hasn't stayed at movies, and he hasn't stayed at sports.
Big, shocker. My favorites are the moderates and the deluxe resorts.
Yeah, I mean, I pop, and I'd stay at pop. Well, I don't know now. I'm not going to tell you that, because if we were to consider prices because of the Skyliner, Pop Century has jumped up. Their regular rack room rate is like $150, and I can remember staying at Pop Century for $95.
Yeah.
So I don't know about. If I'm going to pay $150 for Pop, I'm just going to go stay at Riverside or French Quarter or Coronado. So yeah. All right. So if you liked this top 10 list and you want to see more, thumbs up and give us suggestions. We have a lot of top 10s that we're going to do, but maybe you have something that isn't on our list. So you want to hear a top 10 Disney list from us, comment below.
And we'll see you at the resorts.
But I wasn't done.
I was.
I was going to say, check out Life's a Whirlwind for those top 10. Go ahead and subscribe, because you don't know when those are going to come up and what those lists are going to be about. Okay, now you can do it, honey.
See you at
the parks.
The resorts.
I've been all around the world, every city, every place. Always been a restless girl, but now there's a wind of change. I've never ever felt this way. Longing for you, pick up